Hello, welcome back. Now, when I did the video yesterday of the pickups I got from my mate Graham, I sort of hinted at the end and showed that he gave a few copies of Crash magazine, some Your Sinclair, and a couple of Sinclair users as well. And I thought it might be nice to actually have a look through one of them. So we're going to start, this video is going to be Crash issue number 6, July 1984. Which was 75p. Now look at that, the cover itself is a little bit tatty, but just look at that great cover from Ollie Frey. It's fantastic. Crash obviously was well known for all its, the quality of all its covers. Some of them are absolute, works of art. So let's have a look inside, see what we got. Oh, advert for Codename Matt from Micromega by Derek Brewster, who was also the person who did the adventure games bit in Crash magazine. Don't seem to hear from him anymore. Wonder what he's up to these days. So we've got, what have we got here? An advert for Tornado Low Level, TLL, from Vortex. Loved that game. And a, what's that? That's a prize for winning a maker map for Attic Attack competition. Now I wonder if the winner of that has still got it. It'd be interesting to see whether or not it's stuck in a loft somewhere or anything like that. We'll never know, I suppose. Oh, advert for Match Point from Scion with some, from Sinclair, with some adverts for some other games. Eric and the Floaters, Bubble Buster, Stop the Express, Match Point, Zipper Flipper and Driller Tanks. Eric and the Floaters is a great little game, and it's reviewed in this issue. I know that because I had a look. So we move in, and what do we get? We've got a Crash Smash straight away for Worst Things Happen at Sea. Programmed by Mind's Eye, written in machine code. I used to love the way this is. And look at the Crash Smash logo. Obviously it changed a few issues later to the one that everyone became familiar with. Now, Worst Things Happen at Sea, I've never played. I keep on meaning to get round to it because I hear good things about it, but I've never played it, so I must G myself up to have a go at that. Antics from Bug Bite, some more adverts from Lothlorien, Revenge of the Killer Tomatoes. That looks like a good game. Not. What else have we got? Bubble Buster. Now, this was one of the games in that advert. It's interestingly, it's by Hudson Soft, who also went on to create Pang, which Bubble Buster is clearly an early example of. Having played that, I can say that quite confidently. Now, what we got there? Casey Jones, Turtle Time Warp from Perfection Software. That's Turtle Time Warp. Fruit Loop. Advert for Lords of Midnight. Do you know what? I've still never played Lords of Midnight or Doomdark's Revenge. This just never appealed to me. I know they feature really highly on most people's favourite ever lists and stuff like that. Advert from Digital Integration for Night Gunner and Fighter Pilot, Football and Taxi. Oh, I've never heard of those two. Big article, multi-page article about 3D graphics with a number of games mentioned. ComCon joystick interface. Never seen that thing. Blimey, look at that. Advert for Trashman. Great game from New Generation Software. The continuation of the 3D article with Ad Astra there and some others. Battlezone. Doobie-doo. Ant Attack. Quite heavily featured there. Oh, come on. Just whizzed through that because didn't find it a very interesting article. Very young looking Steve Turner from Hewson there. The Hewson Bods just there. One of those. Now this I found interesting. This little article here. Bogus software company Spirit Software, who widely advertised a game called Formula One and boasted it would come complete with a steering wheel joystick for $8.95, are being investigated by the Metropolitan Police. And Mr. Alexander is being sought not only by the authorities but also by the magazines who accepted his advertisements and have not been paid. Mr. Alexander has been a shadowy figure on the software scene for some time, and his name has been associated with some other companies of dubious honesty. The Kensington Police responsible for the investigation are returning cheques sent in by mail order customers to Spirit Software. These are only those cheques which were still uncashed at the time of Mr. Alexander's disappearance. Customers whose cheques and postal orders have been cashed are unlikely to see their money back. I wonder whatever became of that. Whether or not they managed to get to the bottom of what was going on. I don't remember ever seeing any adverts for this Formula One game. Does anyone else out there watching this remember that? There's a few more bits and pieces. Ocean have moved into new premises in Manchester. The 4,000 square feet of offices house new facilities for Ocean's team of in-house programmers. New equipment for extra processing power has also gone into the new Central Street premises. This includes an emulator for Z80 machines with hard disk storage backup for routines. Wow. Some letters page. Now, I had a quick click through this, and this was some of these were quite funny. This letter from Mrs. J. Talbot in Bromsgrove, Worcestershire. Dear Crash, I just had to write to explain my introduction to the paraphernalia of computers. I'm what you call a tolerant wife who for months put up with her husband ranting and raving about his Spectrum. He would come home from work, kiss the computer, and sit there hammering away its keys all night. Well, I thought there's got to be a reason, so one afternoon I started browsing through my husband's collection and a magazine caught my eye. A giant Kong eating a Spectrum. It amused me because at the time I felt rather like that monster. Anyway, I started flicking the pages over and reading the reviews, and my gosh, I enjoyed it. Well, that afternoon I rushed out and bought The Alchemist, which you rated 85%. By the time my husband came home, I'd really caught the bug. So now we come home, have tea and play the Spectrum together. As they always say, if you can't beat them, join them. Thanks, Crash, you're great. And Crash replied, really, we're all soft at heart, Mrs. Talbot. Your letter caused such a warm glow in everyone at the Crash offices. Even Mr. Keen's perennial grimace were softened. So that's £12 worth of software on its way. Made me laugh. I wonder what she found, what she thought when she first looked through her husband's browsing history when they first got hooked up to the internet. Yeah, well, let's not even go there. And here we go. This one's funny as well, from Tim Arnold at Wisbech in Cambridgeshire. Dear sir, I go to a grammar school, and of course in the junior years a lot of this brackets copying goes on. In some ways it is obviously damaging, but I know several people who would not buy a game unless their friend gave them a copy of one of his, and vice versa. So there you have 2 games purchased instead of none. This isn't just my opinion, but I feel it is quite a valid point. Yeah, okay. Right, and then there's some more letters, etc. Advert for Paul from CDS. Look at that thing. Bloody horrible looking thing. Cambridge Computing joystick. I wonder if it's the same Cambridge Computing that did the Z88 computer, of which I have one. And for Football Manager there. That's just about to be re-released again on the iPhone and Android, I think. Light pen adverts. Good Lord. What else have we got? Oh, a Crash Smash for Moo, which is, of course, Moon Alert. I didn't like that game at all. I can't really see how it got a Crash Smash, but it did. And next is a game that didn't get a Crash Smash, Stop the Express, and I always thought that was a great game. So one game I thought was pants gets a smash, and one that I thought was great doesn't. What we've got there? Mugsy from Melbourne House, Cosmic Cruiser from Imagine, Spellbound from Beyond. Just look at the sort of quality of the sort of you can see there's like motion blur going on there. Before it was fashionable in games and stuff. Driller tanks. Oh, look at that. Advert for Saberwolf. £9.95. Eric and the Floaters gets reviewed. Now, where Bubble... that's also a Hudson soft game. Where Bubble Buster was like a pang for forebear, this is... You can't see it really well in those pictures. I mean, you can't see bloody anything in there. It's a very, very early Bomberman game. And I did review Eric and the Floaters on a video a while back. So just if you're interested to see what the game's like, just flick through my videos and until you get to Eric and the Floaters and have a look. It's a really fun little game. Although Crash slated it a bit, really. But I'm not sure why. Beautiful map for Attic Attack. Cheetah Soft. I didn't know Cheetah did games. I thought they were just peripherals. Some more games. Zipper Flipper, The Prize, Spy, Carpet Capers, Matrix. And Crash Smash gets a review, and it gets... Sorry, Crash Smash gets a review. What a dickhead. Saberwolf gets a review, and it gets a Crash Smash. I don't really like Saberwolf. I didn't think it was particularly enjoyable at all. I thought it was a bit dull. War of the Worlds from CRL. Available for the Spectrum and to be created for the Commodore 64, the Auric 1 and the Atmos, the BBC B, the Electron and others. What others? Amstrad? Mind you, Amstrad, would it have been out in July 84? Don't know what others they might mean. Anirog Spec Graph, graphic design tool. Ad Astra from Gargoyle Games. Reviewed that one as well. In fact, no, I didn't review that. I did an overview of Gargoyle Games and all the games they were responsible for. And Ad Astra, of course, is one of them, so it's in the list. Some more gumph about Ad Astra. T-shirts and binders. Adventure. There's Derek Brewster, who I mentioned at the start, was responsible for Codename Matt and a couple of other games. I think off the top of my head he did Cosmic Kanga by Micromega. I may of course be wrong, but he was also Crash's resident adventure game guru. But you don't sort of seem to hear anything about him in this day and age, so I wonder what he's up to these days. Adverts for things what you can stick on your Spectrum. Charts, the Crash Hotline. Let's have a look. What games are in there? There's some classic games. Trans Am. Yes, I got that in the post yesterday. Thanks, Mick. How to subscribe. Doobie-doobie-doo. Review writing competition. Someone's done Houston's Heathrow, Flight Simulator from Scion, and Zoom by Imagine. The Jetman comic strip, very, very funny. I used to love this. Very, very fantastic artwork in there. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Still looks great to this day. Oh right, so speaking of Cosmic Kanga just now, there's an advert for it. Fantasy software advertising Beaky and the Egg Snatchers. Big feature on Pac-Man type games. Doobie-doobie-doo. Zaxxan. Wonder what that's a rip-off of. And a Crash Smash for Factory Breakout, which is written by Steve Crow. I believe it to be the Steve Crow of Starquake, Firelord, Wizard's Lair fame. Knowing me, I'm probably wrong. And getting to the end of the magazine, the playing tips section, The Terminal Man, another great comic strip from Crash. Sort of kind of like a Fallout premise in it. Some more games reviews. And look at the state of that thing. Bloody hell. Does anyone own one of them or ever had one? Never seen that before. Okay, that was just a quick look through Crash. I'll do, if people have enjoyed it, I'll do some of the other ones as well. But thanks ever so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and goodbye. If you like the video, please let me know. If you want to subscribe, please do. See ya.